Hey guys, how you doing? Today's video, I want to go over identity access management, specifically on Entra ID Admin Center. So I'm going to show you how to do just-in-time access and how it's done in a work environment if we're doing role-based access control. So let me share my screen and go over that with you real quick. So you ever wonder, like, how does someone have access to do something for a certain amount of time? So here in Intro ID, we have the Intro ID Admin Center. There's several ways of doing it, but the way that I did it in my previous job when I worked at an MSP company is by going into identity governance, which is right here, and you have the dashboard. You would go into this entitled management, and then there's all this other stuff right here. Don't worry about any of this other stuff. So what you do care about is Microsoft Intro roles, and then you have your assign eligibility. So you have your roles in here. So like if you do assign eligibility, you click on that. These are all the roles that are available to you. So let's just say hypothetically, you have a help desk person that wants access to Exchange admin, right? But you don't want to give them access to you don't want to give them Exchange admin center admin for the whole day. You just want to give them access for a certain amount of time. You want to do have Exchange admin. Yes, they should have Exchange admin temporarily, but not forever. So what you do is, it's just hypothetical, right? So you click on Exchange Admin Center. Remember that account I created called Paul? So we're gonna do settings first, right? And it says 8 hours. So I can manipulate this and just hit edit in here. And I know Paul's gonna want to be an Exchange admin, but he should have Exchange admin rights, but temporary. I want him to have 8 hours. That's way too much. So let's just give him 4 hours of access to Exchange admin. And it has to require a justification for activation. And it also needs to be approved by me because I'm the help desk manager. So I'm going to put my name in here and I'm going to hit select. And it's going to require a ticket as well. I wanted to create a ticket. So if God forbid we get audited and my auditor's like, hey, why did you give this guy admin access? Is there a ticket for that? I have a ticket right here. So if you wanted to further down create the ticket to like really get to the nitty-gritty of a ticket, you could do is notifications, role assignment alert admin, right? So I could go in here and I could put my email address, right? Enter valid email address separated by semicolon. Just give me a second. It doesn't work because I forgot to put my whole email address. Sorry about that. There we go. All right, so role assignment alert, and then send notification members are assigned to assign as active to this role. Send notification members are assigned to as eligible for this role. I want to get an alert for that, so I'm gonna put my name in there as well. All right. Role activation alert. And then I'm gonna hit update. So now if I go back to settings, the rules that I created have applied to it. And if I want to too, if you hit edit again, right? I'm gonna go back to edit. I could set up Microsoft Intro Conditional Access Authentication Contacts or Azure MFA. I could just put none here, but I left it alone as it was. And then what I'm gonna do is we have assignment. So allow permanent eligible assignment up to 1 year. You could put all that, it's fine. So we're gonna go back to Exchange admin assignment. And we're gonna do Exchange admin select members. And I'm gonna add Paul in there, right? I'm gonna hit next. And it says eligible permanently eligible. And you put eligible, and we'll do active. And then we're gonna put active and then permanently assigned, or you could put eligible, up to you. And it says here, what's the difference? Select eligible or active. Permanently eligible. You could put a certain day and time here as well if you want. So you could change all this as well, right? That's entirely up to you. I'm just gonna hit assign. So now Paul has access to that. And he should be all set after that. So now Paul will have access to Exchange Admin Center, and it says permanent. So if we go back, we go to Paul, just go to Paul. And it says Exchange Admin Center is assigned to him. You can remove it as well if you like. However, since I assigned him to that role, it's going to complain to my Outlook saying that, hey, you just added this guy to this role. What do you like? Was that done by you or what's going on over here? So like I'm gonna open up my Outlook and show you real quick. So I just got an email about it. So it looks like this. It says Paul Ortiz is assigned an Exchange Admin Center role for Kevtech Academy. The details of this assignment appear below. View the details of the assignment in the Privileged Identity Access Management portal. And I'm just gonna hit download pictures to give you more information. So you get an email. You also will get a ticket if you have a Helpdesk ticket. You could create a Helpdesk ticket, and it will create a ticket for you in the Helpdesk queue. So we're not gonna do that today, but I'm just showing you. So that's how you set it up. Now, if you want to remove it, you can remove it. And now he's going to be completely gone after that. And you do active assignments, expire assignments. And we're going to go to back in here. Back in here. Active assignments is Kevin right here. I'm assigned permanent global admin. I could pick somebody else global admin, but you see my name is right here. So I always think I'm going to remove myself from it, but I'm just showing you. So that's how you do role-based access control. So you want someone to temporarily have access. Stop sharing. So that's how you do role-based access control. So if you want someone to temporarily have access to a specific admin privileges on Entra ID, you do it that way. You give them access for 2-3 hours, and then that's it, and they're completely gone after that. But you want to make a ticket as well, because otherwise you're going to get in trouble. You want to make sure you have documentation for this, because a lot of these companies, if they do a SOC 2 audit, they're going to ask you if you have documentation for it. Why are you giving someone admin rights and there's no documentation on it? Where's the proof that you actually allow and deny it? And where's the proof that there's a ticket for it? So hopefully that makes sense. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.